Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Connecticut at your service. My name is Carmen Nieves, and I serve as your host, and we come to you live each Tuesday at 6:30 right here on Soundview TV. So today, normally I have a guest, and we talk about, the leadership of the guest, how they've made a contribution to our community, and how they serve it, either through their business or through their careers. So today we're flipping the script, right? Because I have gotten so many calls about services for young people. So I decided we're gonna flip the script today. We're gonna go ahead and do some other type of programming. So we're asking our partners in our community that are having services that are serving youth 14 through 24, we're going to have a conversation with them and talk about how they serve and what services there are to our community. So we've asked businesses and those with programs that inspire to share with us what they do. So our first guest that we're going to be having on is State Representative Antonio Felipe, that will be calling in shortly. But I wanted to just take a minute. Many people know me from what I do in the community, and I've gotten a lot of calls about that there's nothing for youth to do, that there's a lot of crime, that parents don't have anything to do with youth, there's nothing fun, there's nothing engaging. And I will tell you today we're going to talk about a lot of stuff. Some of that is program funding that has come right through the city of Bridgeport that talks about that they've given over $550 for visual performing arts through the Barnum Museum, City Lights Gallery, Bridgeport Art Trail, Greater Bridgeport Symphony, Mount Airy Baptist Church, Neighborhood Studios, the Bridgeport Boys Choir, and WPKN Incorporated. And there's also, they said that there's for youth education. So it's not just about employment, it's not just about education, it's what are those things that create opportunity for our young people. And according to the stuff that I found on the Mayor of City's website, it talked about that they got $18 million for education for young people programs. Some of those are the workplace, access to educational services, arts for the learning in Connecticut, Bridgeport, Connecticut Center for the Arts, Bridgeport Public Education Fund, who will be calling in as well, the Cardinal Sheehan Center, Career Resources, Color of Positive Thought, who's been a guest on our show, Hall Neighborhood House, Enrichment Programs, Junior Achievement, the Klein Memorial, Life Bridge, the McGivney Center, Neighborhood Studios, which I mentioned, PT Partners, the Puerto Rican Day Parade. So this is all about providing services and for things for young people to do. Alpha has gotten money, the Starbucks Foundation, Two Coyotes Wilderness School, Urban Impact, and these are all programs that are run by people we know and love. So as we're focusing on today, we're going to be listing on our website, on our show, banners for you to get information about the guests and the programs that are going to be on. There's a lot to do in Bridgeport, and just because people aren't aware of it doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. So it's really important that you get the information, that you share the information. We had Marilyn Moore, who's our senator, come on the show, and she talked about that you need to subscribe to like the City of Bridgeport's Facebook page and different websites to be able to get information about what is going on in our city. So we're not alone. There's tons of stuff to do. Today, this show, we didn't have a guest, but I do want to give some love to my friend Natalie Price, who gave up her spot so that we could do this special show. We know that there was young people that have lost their lives because they think that there's nothing to do. So here is our first caller. Hello and welcome to Connecticut at your service. Is this our State Representative Antonio Felipe?
Hi.
How are you?
Glad to join.
How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
You know, I had a really really interesting day. And then when you called me, I was really happy to connect with you, Carmen. You've been such a good voice for our community, such an involved person for so many years, and I'm glad to join you today.
So I have to say, when I was looking to do today's show, and I'm sorry that you're on the phone and not here, but when we were looking to do this show, and this is by demand, because as you know, people are probably coming up to you and saying, our kids are dying, there's nothing to do, there's no programs, there's no services. And I'm like, listen, I've known you since probably you were maybe 10 or something. And I would see you with your dad and really serving our community. So I've seen you grow through the ranks. And I've sat alongside you and championed with you as you talked about services for young people. And I will tell you, we put your website up here so that people can access it. But I would love to know, what are some services that that you've been championing for young people in our community? And thank you for your service.
Well, first and foremost, I know we talked earlier about the PACT program. The PACT program is our free community college grant program here in Connecticut. It's for any Connecticut high school graduate that is a first-time college student. You could be, 18 just starting out. You can be 48. But if it's your first time enrolling in college, we want to help you get through the community college pipeline for your 2 years. And all you have to do is select a college, apply for college admission, and complete your FAFSA. If you complete your FAFSA and get all the state and federal aid that you'd be able to get, we will then cover the rest and make sure that you have a completely free community college experience. So that is the biggest one, I think, so far. Just getting our students involved here in places like the city of Bridgeport to make sure that you're starting to get your college education. And the early acceptance deadline for that is actually on the 15th of July. So this Friday, people should get theirs in as soon as possible. You can still apply after that, but it's on a first come, first served basis as funds are available. So you could end up too far on the waiting list and miss out on this opportunity. But if you get in this earlier round before the 15th, you'll really be in a good position. And outside of that, sorry. No, go ahead, outside of that. No, outside of that, I think it's just all the community services that we're used to seeing here in the city of Bridgeport. People don't give enough credit to folks like RIASAP, who help with youth, violence prevention, or talk about the McGivney Center and the good things they do on the east side, our Cardinal Sheehan Center, and all the programs that they provide for our kids, and especially, in the realm of sports and the basketball tournaments that they do there. Our Boys and Girls Clubs, our Burroughs Community Center in Black Rock. There are so many places for kids to go. Caribe youth leaders that work all over our city, whether it's their baseball program, their basketball program, their partnership with Girls Who Code, their tutoring. There are so many services for people around the city of Bridgeport. It's just, I don't think that we are as good messengers as we should be, getting those out and telling people how to find them. So they're definitely there. I know that we've championed a lot of them at the state level, especially with our youth violence prevention dollars. I know that one thing in particular I love to do is every year we do a program, me and the YMCA, teaching children in the South End how to swim, because a good friend of mine passed away when I was a child from drowning in Seaside Park. Not a lot of kids learn how to swim, and we want to make sure they take aquatic training courses to make sure none of these tragedies happen and we're being safe while we're enjoying the best park in the state of Connecticut.
And I think that that's amazing. And what I was trying to allude to before, that on your website, you actually have information, and that's how I noticed about it today. And I'm like, how awesome that we're doing this show today, because people need to know that if they don't apply by the 15th for the PACT program, that they're not going to be eligible for this time around. And we're also having some other program that actually came through the American Rescue Plan that this station has actually benefited from. And I don't know if you were able to listen as we were rattling off, because and there's just so many reasons why I was like, I need to have Representative Felipe on here just to be able to talk about some of the things that are going on, because you champion for a lot of these services. If we take a look at your website, there's information about bills. Matter of fact, I think I saw today when I looked that you had, and this has been like blasted out like crazy, information about how they can get into the museums for free, so that people are saving money and things like that. So is there, how might you recommend that we could be better stewards of information, that our guests can kind of say, yeah, I can do that, I can put it on my Facebook page or whatever? What might be the best ways to be able to do that?
I think first and foremost, get out into your community. I mean, as much as I love doing things like these radio shows and being on video or something like that, when I'm at an event and I'm going table to table and I see the things that people are looking for, it's good to connect and talk about just some of the things we've done. You said something about bills, and I think of House Bill 5001, which is our children's mental health bill that we championed this year, that, Speaker Matt Ritter really, really pushed hard, along with Tammy Exum from West Hartford and a couple other women in our caucus. And it was a major difference just to invest in mental health in schools and mental health services for nonprofits. We just really doubled down on our commitment to make sure that we're reaching kids in any way that we can. But to be stewards of information is just to be around, to be alert. I know that I'll be at the next downtown farmers market talking to folks about it. I'll be at the West Side farmers market on the weekend talking about it. But just getting to places where they do tabling and giving it to people like you who are so involved in the community that, if you say it to Carmen Nieves, that she's going to repeat it, and she's going to repeat it a couple of times, and somebody will get the message.
Yeah. So I want to thank you for your time. Thank you for coming on last minute. I could have asked anyone, but I felt that I wanted, somebody that's kind of that is kind of like in line with being a young person who, grew up in the ranks through services and things like that, to be able to do that. I've championed with you. You're in my neighborhood. So absolutely, I felt like it was really amazing. So please log on to the website for information under housedems.ct.gov/Felipe for information. I will say another way is just to get to know your elected officials. They're such a great resource. And when Senator Moore was on, she said it, and I just want to share it with you. What she said is that I understand when you come to me with the problems, but share with me the solution and how we can work together to make things happen in our community. And it's not just an elected official, it takes all of us. So I want to thank you for your service, and we'll be chatting together soon.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. And if anybody does want to contact me, go to that website, send me an email, and if I send you one back, and I will send you one back, my personal phone number will be on the bottom of that email signature.
Thank you so much, and have a great day, and be safe out there.
You too. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Thank you, and have a great day. So you heard it. There's definitely programs. We've talked about it for some information that we got through the mayor's website. If you take a look at the Department of Bridgeport, and I just printed just some quick information off of there that talked about the Department of Youth Services. Through the city of Bridgeport, they also have under the mayor's Bridgeport collaborative that they have. They meet once a month, and this is about 20 or 30 providers that include the police department, the clergy, educational programs, youth services, and things like that. So I definitely wanted to share that with you. And just kind of, again, you're watching Connecticut at your service here at Soundview TV, Soundview Community TV. And this is the people station. We listen to what the people have to say and what they want, and we create it. So today I changed the script, I changed the format, and I wanted to talk to you specifically about services that are for youth, in particular for youth 14 to 24. And a lot of people have been reaching out to me in reference to summer employment. So I wanted to just take a quick second and just kind of explain how that works. So people would need to always, any information that you're looking that it has to do with the workplace, the American Job Center, or anything like that is going to be found on our website, which we'll put up in just a second. But everything in there is going to have all different information, and you just click on the things that you want. And that website is going to have information for all things for individuals that are looking to get back to work faster. Sometimes people need some retraining. Maybe they've been out of work for a long time. Maybe they're a young person or somebody of 50 years that this might be their first job. And maybe they need some retraining. That's the place to go, right there on our website, www.workplace.org, and you're going to find information. Specifically, I wanted to take a minute and explain summer employment because I'm getting a lot of parents and a lot of youth kind of calling in and saying, listen, my child needs a summer job. And how do we do that? So once you log on to the website, you'd have to wait until the applications are open, which is usually every February, and they close in April, and then we start doing the matches, the interviews, and all of that in May, and then we have the summer employments start in July, and they will run through August. If you're a young person that's 16 to 24 and out of school, you could be working, but just not in school, you could benefit from our year-round program and go onto the website. We have a summer and a year-round program, and we'll, enroll individuals in training, provide supportive services, and all of that. So make sure that you're taking a look at that. I can't tell you how excited I am to share with you this next resource. So it's happening right here at Soundview Community TV, and so we submitted an application to the city of Bridgeport under the American Rescue Plan, and were awarded where we're going to be doing training for 10 Bridgeport youth. And let me tell you how exciting this is, because we say that we want to hear the voice of youth, but youth aren't at the table. We need to invite them and make them part of the planning process. So this is going to be a 10-week training. That's going to be, and the application and stuff, you can find it on our Facebook page, or you can write to us through the Soundview TV page. But this training is going to be 10 weeks, and they're going to learn every facet of putting together a show, and they're going to put together 2 30-minute shows that's going to be a red carpet event to preview. Participants are going to get a stipend, and what's more important, that once they get the training, they're going to get a little camcorder that looks like one of the big ones that are in studio that they can carry. Although a lot of people are doing stuff with their telephones, but still there's something about that brings in a camcorder and being able to do that. Once they graduate the program, they have the opportunity to use the studio to edit any work that they do after. So this is going to be really exciting. It's only going to be for 10 youth, and we'll put the flyer up again later on in the show. But you can find the information on it on our Soundview TV. So in just a moment, we're going to have the executive director. Oh, and there she might be. Thank you for calling Connecticut at your service. This is Carmen.
Hi, Carmen. This is Faith. How are you?
Hi, Miss Faith. How are you?
I have no complaints. It's a little warm, but it's summer.
I got you. Listen, it was really important for me to invite you onto the show because you are really doing some great things with young people, and I know for a fact that some of the mentors that you have, you bring them back to actually be part of your team. So I wanted to give you the floor. We're on the line with Faith Villegas, who's the executive director of the Bridgeport Public Education Fund. And you can find their information on the website that's listed here on the bottom of the screen. So Faith, tell me, what do you guys do and how do you serve our community?
Well, one of the things that we try to do is really have an impact for our youth, not just while they're in the schools and currently living in our city of Bridgeport. We actually seek to impact them throughout their lives. So we start with mentoring while they're in high school. We also do some academic enrichment. So students in grades 9 through 12 at Bassick, Central, Harding, Bridgeport Military Academy, and Fairchild Wheeler High School, they can get referred to our program. They can self-select, so they can come on down and say, hey, I need a mentor, I need a tutor. I'm really thinking about, what my career pathway is once I graduate from high school, and I need some assistance getting it done. So we try to make sure that we provide the mentoring, but also the academic enrichment, the tutoring, but also helping students to build some of those skills that they would need. Some people call them 21st century skills. We call them growth and motor skills, fine skills, but it's really about skill and youth development, but we use mentoring and tutoring as tools to get us to the ultimate goal.
And I know that you do such amazing work, but I will tell you that I did stalk your Facebook page today, and I saw that you're doing these, and I saw it on the mayor's website also, that you have a program. Is it that you're doing something each week? Because I saw you walking. So anybody that wants to walk with you can join you, right? No age, no restriction, families, kids, your pet, right?
Absolutely. We're actually starting something new this summer because, school is out, so the mentors and the tutors don't necessarily be in the school buildings, but we have 7 weeks of summer, and most of the events will happen on a Wednesday after work, where we're trying to get our families and our community moving. So we have some Zumba coming up next week, but tomorrow we have a karaoke kickback at one of our local establishments, the Boulevard Karaoke. But we also have some workshop sessions really centered around helping our community think about generational wealth, but also real estate as a career pathway. We have one of our alumni who is actually teaching one of our other sessions called Like a Boss. And this young lady has helped, and she continues to help, other for-profits actually build brands. And so we wanted her to help us and anyone who wants to hop on to the program that day to really come on down and see what it's like to build a brand from your own perspective. We're all on the social media tools, but how do you monetize that, or how do you build your brand in such a way that you're getting the support and the recognition that you deserve? So we're really excited about doing some things different in the summer, but also providing some of the needs for our community. It was a really tough weekend this week for so many, and I do hope that some of our families are able to get on the website where you were able to access some information about youth programming, and I'm hoping that they'll be able to get there and see all of the wonderful programs that are operating throughout the summer that are offering, services or an outlet like we're trying to do with some of our 7 weeks of summer programming.
I love the name of that, and I think the key that we've had, State Representative Felipe on, and he was like, listen, we have to share information, we have to be stewards, we have to share, we have to engage, and we have to invite. So I want to thank you for your time, Faith. Thank you for being a friend and such a champion, and for all that you do. So please log on to their website, which is right here at maacsc.wixsite.com/mysite to get information about their programs, and look on the mayor's website, because that's where you're going to find the flyers about programs that are being funded through the American Rescue Plan. Faith, thank you so much, and have a great day.
Thank you so much, Carmen, and continue to be the superstar that you are.
Oh, only when I'm next to you. Have a great day,
Have a
Faith.
good evening.
Bye. Bye.
Bye-bye.
So I want to just put back up just one quick second while we wait for our next caller to talk about their programs. The Soundview TV program, here's the website, and then the flyer. And let me tell you, there's only 10 slots for Bridgeport youth. So make sure that you're getting the information. I even with my glasses, I can't. So the application, what's really important is the application is the 15th. It's for youth that are the ages of between 16 to 24. And this is going to be full range, full studio, that they're going to know every aspect. They're going to be able to themselves determine what is going to be the show is going to be about, the topics, and they have the opportunity to maybe continue to work with us through, volunteers, because we're all volunteers. And I want to personally thank everybody who's in the studio every week, volunteers, staff, to try and make this happen. So we're putting it on there one more time. And we talked a little bit about, thank you, my staff. See, they're so great. They're so great. So the application is free. And one of the great things about the application process is because you're going to be on TV creating your own show, one of the pieces after you fill out the application, which is really short, just name, address, what school do you go to, do you have an interest, but you have to put together a 1-minute video about yourself and to talk about why you are interested in being part of this training and developing your own show. So as we talked a little bit about, please log on or like the City of Bridgeport's webpage or Facebook page, because that's where you're going to get information about different programs. I want you guys to find Soundview TV on Facebook, and I want you to find us on YouTube. All of our producers that produce shows about a variety of topics in multiple languages can be found here. And these are stories that have to, that are interesting to the community, that are interesting, that affect our community every day, and mirrors the voice. Also keep in mind that we're going to be having a show that's going to be coming out soon, that's going to be part of, our segments here and there, and it's called Sound Off. So we'll pick a topic, we'll go on to the community. Terry, who's in the studio today, has been one of the people that have featured that. We'll pick a topic, we'll go out into the community, and we'll ask your opinion about a particular subject. Youth will have the opportunity to do that too. We cannot do this without you. We ask you to support the work that we do by logging on, tuning in, supporting, calling in if it's a live show, sharing your information, and giving us topics for what might be a great show topic that we might want to do. So this one became a special show just because of people were requesting, how can I get information? It's been a tough weekend, as Faith said, and we're here, we're in this together. So remember, there are tons of programs, $18 million dedicated to programs for youth. So listen, we have programs, we just have to make sure that we're sharing the information and become stewards to help each other. So we want to thank you for tuning in for another episode of Connecticut at your service. My name is Carmen Nieves, and I am your host. We'll see you next Tuesday with a new topic. So stay tuned, and thank you for all you do and for all of you in all the ways that you serve our community. To the team, thank you. We couldn't do it without you.